Good morning, Inner Light community. So happy to be here with you all. This is my first day in person with all of you in 2 years. So I'm so happy to have some beautiful human beings in the room. Quite a different experience to singing to an empty space. So thank you for your presence and being here. This first song is a traditional song sung in Hebrew, and it means how good and pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to sit and be together in unity.
שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד.
This is your chance to sing along. If you don't sing Hebrew, that's all right. We're going to say 999, and I think you can all do that. Nine, 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 nine.
שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, B'nei ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. That is the musical shaman Sarah Songbird Fishlater. We're really, really blessed to have her here. Is your album almost done? So keep your eyes open for that new album for her. It's going to be amazing. I am Donna Starr. I'm your community ministry director. Here today. I'm really excited to be here. Excited to see so many people in the sanctuary with us today. It's beautiful to feel your energy and see your faces, at least most of your face or part of your face. It's really great. We do wear masks here, so if you're feeling like maybe you want to come, but you want to know that it's safe, we are under mask mandate in Santa Cruz County, so everybody is wearing a mask except me right this second. So I just want to welcome everybody. Do we have any newcomers here right now? 1, 2. Okay, well, thank you for being here. We're really excited to have you here. We will have a gift for you, and in just a moment, we'll be presenting you with a rose to welcome you to our congregation. We will have some social time afterwards over in the social hall with coffee, and we'd like to get you to know you. So thank you for being here today. I am pleased to announce our speaker for today is Dr. Lita Jusila. I knew I was going to mess it up. Dr. Lita Jusila, and more music from the band and Sarah. So here we go.
Kind of hard to sing with one of these on your face. This next song is also inspired by a Hebrew prayer, and bringing my ancestors here with me today. It's the final day of Hanukkah, so happy Hanukkah to all who celebrate. And I really wanted to honor my own lineage today and bring my ancestors here with me. So this song has really simple lyrics you'll hear as I sing them, and I hope that you'll catch on and sing along with me. Together we will walk in the ways of Hashem. Don't walk in front of me.
Just walk beside me and be my friend. And together we will walk in the ways of Hashem. Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Just walk beside me and be my friend. Together we will walk in the ways of Hashem.
Thank you. And Hashem is one of the Hebrew names for God, in case you were wondering. Thank you for having me here. So grateful to be amongst you all.
Can you hear me? All right. Good morning. Thank you so much for the band. That was amazing. God, that feels good. Well, as Donna mentioned, I'm Dr. Lita, and I'm just so glad to be here. If I haven't met you before, hello. And I just want to say thank you to Rev. You know, when Rev gives you the call, you say yes, right? And it's very special. I just want to start by just showing my gratitude for this pulpit, for this community, for the space that we have here to be together for another month or so. I mean, I am blessed. So I've been asked to speak on pulpit before, and I got really scared, of course, because it's not natural for me to speak in front of people, and I would spend time doing some notes and whatnot and think about the topic. And I said, okay, I looked at my week once Rev gave me the call, and I said, okay, Friday afternoon, I'll think about what I want to say and kind of sit with it. When I was driving over to my partner's house, and I was T-boned pretty hard. And I've never been in a car accident before, ever. And I'll tell you what's really interesting about it. You'll notice I'm a little stiff today. Yeah. And the first thing I thought was, going down, De La Viega, just really peaceful. I was happy, great Friday morning. And then bam, in one moment, this is reality, right? I don't know if you guys have ever been in a car accident before. The airbags and the glass is broken, and I say to myself, I'm alive. Like, I don't know I just was hit. Like, like trauma sets in, right? And I'm like, okay, I can move. All right, and so then, I hear the people from the car saying, you've been in an accident and whatnot, police, and I got out, and I sat down by the curb, and I realized, thank God I have the spiritual principles. Thank God I knew right away not to feel victimized, not to feel like something's happening to me, not to point my finger at the woman who wasn't looking. I don't know if she was on her phone, but something happened where she didn't see me. I went into deep reverence. I was on the earth, and I just said, I am listening. Because we do attract our exact experiences and people in our life for our good, yes? Don't get me wrong, I wasn't happy about the incident. I'm like, okay, I'm really attracting a very loud vibration right now. We truck along. We're like, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I have good relations, and I'm eating kale, and I'm recycling, and, I'm like, I'm doing fine, until something happens. And I really am standing here in all of it and reminding myself that, our topic today, or our theme of the month is compassion. So when Rev told me that, I said, perfect. But title is Compassion Demands Action. And so I was thinking, I'm like, okay, I know the definition of compassion. It's when you're seeing someone struggling and you're moved to really help. And I could have acted a lot of different ways. We can be spiritual people having a human experience. So I gave this woman a little bit of space. She had 3 young girls under the age of 5 in the car. And luckily, she was driving like a tank. I swear it was bigger than a Hummer. And I looked at the front of her car and nothing really happened. I'm like, no judgment on people driving Hummers anymore. I'm like, drive whatever size you want for your safety. But she luckily T-boned me sideways, but didn't hit the engine, so there's no danger. And I went over to her, and she was obviously crying and apologizing to me and was so sorry. And my first thing was genuinely, was, we're okay. That's just stuff. Your kids are okay, you're okay, I'm okay, it's okay. I said, maybe we could invite both of us this experience for us to slow down, for us to be more present. And she was like, yes, and the officer thanked me, and I was definitely shaken up. It was Friday afternoon, so, the tightness, I went luckily right to a chiropractor, right to an acupuncturist, and got assessed and had x-rays and all the things, and I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be better for this. Because what I know about what Rev D puts out and the foundational principles of this community and all the things that we're listening to, hopefully, it's that life is always in session. And we get to powerfully choose how we respond. And I'll tell you, the underlying operating system of what I was running in that moment, I didn't feel like a victim. I didn't feel like something happened to me. I was so grateful. First of all, grateful that I'm alive. I am here for a purpose. I am here. Yes, I am not done yet. I'm not done yet. But also, whatever the lesson is for her, whatever the curriculum or whatever she needs. But I'll tell you, for me, I am awake, and I am freaking grateful, and I got things to say, and I just am grateful. So anyway, compassion. So compassion demands action. So one of the first things that I know about compassion is it's very similar to Chinese medicine. I've talked about this before, where you have a meridian that goes up the front, and we have a meridian that goes up the back, right? We have the do, which is, think of the spine, right? So you know it keeps your strength. You know, you need to be strong in your will. You need to know who you are. You don't waver in who you are, your values, right? But the front is the conception vessel, right? It's like it's soft. You stay open, undefended heart, right? Heart's a muscle. And so when I think about this idea of compassion, I think about what we call cannabis medicinally. It's called compassion medicine. It's a legal name. So when we give medical cannabis, it's compassion medicine. Buddhism, there's a huge component on compassion. And in Chinese medicine, it's tied to the spleen. And in the spleen is tied to the earth element. And one of the things I was thinking about recently, if we know what's going on with our fellow sisters and brothers, and what's happened with being physically distant and not being able to touch people and all the things, we're having disorders of the heart, right? We know in this country cardiovascular is the number one issue. We have almost 800,000 people affected. And the second thing is lung and respiratory, which is only around 120,000. That's a big jump. So the question is, why are we having so many heart disorders in this country? And now it looks like with the younger people, anxiety, which is a heart issue in Chinese medicine. And we know that addiction stems from disconnection. So I really, I think about that. And it's like, we know that we don't want to judge other people. We know that we truly, don't want to have drama in our life. But if we go back to this vibration, right? Anytime we take a spiritual quality and we practice it, we embody it, we want it to run as like this operating system, as this vibrational field. So in Chinese medicine, let me talk about Western medicine. So spleen is green, liver's red, little brown, heart's red, a little bit brown on the liver. Why is it a color? Because it's vibrating at a certain frequency, right? So when Sarah was just singing, you could feel that sound bathe. It's like literally giving you the exact frequency that you want. So when I start my day, as I'm sure most of us do, what do? We tune up. We tune our instruments before we play them. We tune this instrument before we go out in the world. And I want to remind you that, when we think about compassion, we think about the spleen. We think about our ability to literally be with other people, to nourish. Spleen is about, the earth element is about being in relationship with Mother Earth. Taking a break from tech. Get grounding, sunbathing, earth bathing, moon bathing. Redwood bathing, luckily here. And I just want us to make that connection that when you do that, you're literally recalibrating the spleen. You're finding that connection, that Mother Earth nourishment, that Mother Womb nourishment. And when you feel that kind of connection, you can actually have that connection to another being. And we think about compassion. There's no ego, there's no hero, right? If you practice compassion, they literally have researched with neuroplasticity that when you practice it, you actually feel a little bit more deeply. So that's not the fun part. But you get quickly back to resilience faster. So when you practice this idea of compassion, you are more sensitive to the energy, right? You get, as you become more aware, you can really feel the energy. And I always remind people, skin is a barrier. Skin is a barrier that their stuff is not your stuff. But it's a very thin barrier. Because compassion, when you're so connected to yourself and you know who you are and you come from that place of just serving, there is no hero. That means there is no victim. That you are able to just show up and serve. And by doing so from that place, gives you energy. They've researched that. I know there's a buzz about compassion fatigue. Have you guys heard about that term? Yeah, a lot of like nurses, and it might even be a ICD-12 diagnosis. But I want us to reframe that, because that's when you give to others and you deplete yourself, right? That's when you're really, it's a subtle energy shift, but it's how we name things. And so I just want to remind us all that when we're truly serving, only give the excess. You never deplete yourself, because then they're feeling that when they're receiving that. It's very similar when we donate, right? We pay our rent or mortgage. It's like, don't pay that until you're in gratitude, because we tie that. I was reminded the other day of, I don't know if this is my experience, but I always hear Rev D's phrases all the time, thank God. She says, you share yourself with people that will protect it and protect your name in their mouth. We know that about the Bible. And we're in the autumn until the equinox, till December 21st, and this is about this discernment, right? This discernment of who is worthy of our attention, who is worthy of our time, our money. And this discernment, it's not a bad thing. Judgment seems to be a hard word, but I love that word discernment, because there are so many people that need your love and your attention. But you have to understand that there's a timing. There's this divine unfolding of the people that show up in your particular field. And if we're awake enough to realize that we are literally attracting the texts, the phone calls, the emails, the people that are allowing us, that we get to show up and love them, it's amazing. All right, so I'm going to teach you something. So we talk about sound, right? We just listen to Sarah and we feel music. The spleen, all the organs have a frequency. And one of the things I can teach you is what we call healing sounds. It's part of the Qigong sect of Chinese medicine. Has anyone done healing sounds before? Yeah? Okay, so the spleen, I'm going to teach you two for fun. So the spleen is S, and when you say it, you can hold your hands over your spleen, you can touch your spleen, and it's getting you back to connected to the mother. Getting connected, like receiving the divine nourishment of that energy, knowing that it is your birthright just to receive. Right? All starts with connected to mother. Then we move to the heart. So with the heart, you can always put your hands over the heart, you can make a heart, you can do a diamond, you can touch your heart. And there's a couple different variations with healing sounds, but I like to use the one. And as you vibrate that sound through your body temple, it's recalibrating the heart frequency. And we know in Ayurveda there's Om, and there's many different ones. And you can make up your own too. There's 4 different aspects of the heart. So you could do, and you'll notice this moment that if you start to practice them, you start to recalibrate your nervous system, because we are in training. We are in training to recalibrate our nervous system to respond with those spiritual principles. I like to choose one every day. I'm going to choose patience today, but today we choose compassion. So at any moment, you can just close your eyes, and you can even do it subvocal. If you're in the bank line, wanting compassion for someone, and just stand there and do it subvocally, just to continue to recalibrate. Because one of the things I know as a Chinese doctor is that we know that everything is just vibration. We learn that here too at Inner Light. And so everything we eat, is it dense? Is it heavy? Is it life-giving? Everything we drink, and then we now know with cognitive science, everything we think. So when you say something, it's a sound bath on another human, right? And also if we say it to ourselves out loud, ourselves are eavesdropping. So literally, we learned that from Masaru Emoto with the water. We are literally changing our form, and we know this. So one of the things I want to ask of you today, because our title that Rev picked was Compassion Demands Action. This means that we have to be an active participant. We cannot leave anybody behind. We actually have to partner with every human being. And this takes a radical shift in a capital Y-E-S. I know that it's taken me a long time. I have the stories, right? So it's that unlearning. My dad's a farmer, mom's a teacher, caregiver. And it's like, yeah, you work hard for your money, or all those little phrases, right? And it's like, put your mask on first. And I agree, put your mask on first. But there's something about the energy that I get when I have given myself exactly what I need, that I have scoured every cell, every way of being to look at myself. It is not easy to look at yourself. But I think that is the utmost gift anybody could give anybody. I mean, how we want to love on people is how you love yourself. I think about all the times that I'm loving my family. As my parents get older, we take care of our elders, right? So the best thing we can do for our children is to love ourselves, is to take really good self-care. So they don't have to, right? And this means about your environment. We know from science now that your environment is everything. They talk about the microbiome, the gut-brain connection, neuroplasticity. We know that our environment is everything. And in business, they talk about the sum of the 5 people, but your home. One of the things that we do in Chinese medicine is feng shui, right? If you're living in clutter, cluttered house, cluttered mind, inflexible body, inflexible with people in life, right? So there's so many beautiful metaphors giving you the information that you actually need for your own freedom. One of the things I think about, what's life? Our soul is in this body. You had a contract with that mother and father, your pecking order, all the things. And if I know with every cell in my body that I am powerfully choosing literally everything in my life, then that tells me where I'm at and how much I can give. And I know that I came here all the way from Vietnam in 1972 to this country. I'm like, I am here for a reason, and I just want to love up on as many people as I can. But in order to do that, in order to give out my gifts that God created and through me, I got to start with myself. And man, it's hard, but it's easier when I'm in community, when I'm being mentored, when I'm eating good things, when I'm slowing down. This is, once we get to December 21st, it's stop. I was telling a patient yesterday, the busyness of the season, right? That frenetic energy of doing things and buying things. And all we have to do is shift that. If you're feeling a buzz right now, right, the holiday buzz and feeling busy, you just shift that a little bit. Let's fine-tune that energy of excitement to connect with others, right? I just really know that from Chinese medicine standpoint, even the weather, the cycles, it's like there's this slowing down, there's this refinement of understanding that the true, Rev will talk about this, the true meaning of this season with Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and Christmas is to literally celebrate the spirit within and the spirit of others. And that's the joy of the season. And I have to tell you, it is such a gift to be able to work with patients one-on-one because I get to really hold them up in their divinity, and it is a blessing. But there is a common theme, and it's that disconnection right now with where should I be? What relationships should I be in? What job should I have? You know, there is a lot of people that feel alone and lonely. And the one thing I can really say, the medicine of that, is you got to get to know yourself. You got to sit with her or sit with him or sit with they and ask good questions, ask the hard questions, find the courage to really look in the mirror and stay there. And how can you just dissolve any sort of identity, any sort of past thoughts or behaviors or shame? I mean, the one thing that holds most of us back is this shame, this moral judgment that we have. We know from the pandemic what's gotten our psyche, that fear archetype, right? And we've seen it. Fear is a virus. It is. And there's other ones. And so I am here reminded, that when we show up really desiring to be compassion in the world, to show up with heart, I want us to look at how we define love. I say this all the time. Ask yourself. Could be doing something for someone, could be just being, could be sharing your wisdom, could be sharing an experience with someone. You always want to be looking at, how am I giving love? How am I receiving love? Am I giving the way that I want to receive? A lot of us know about the 5 love languages, so I won't go over them. But I really do believe that this is a participatory place in our life right now. And as we get to the autumn, as we're clearing out, this is the clearing out, this is the declutter, this is the colon cleansing. I mean, this is like large intestine and lung, right? This is the idea of like, how can I get connected to something bigger than me? That's the lung. The inspiration, and then the colon, how can I let go of anything that's not serving me? And we have a few more weeks of this, and it excites me. It excites me because, this accident that happened a couple days ago, it is like, and this might have happened for you guys with the pandemic, of losing someone that you care about or whatever it is, but distillation, what is important? And if you are not giving your gifts, you're selfish, right? I am asking everybody, I ask all my patients, I ask this of myself every day, how can we literally, it's not, yes, it's getting out of the way, but getting our head out of the way. And how can we have more room? It's like if you have another child or another dog or another cat, it's not like you love someone more, it's you create this room. We expand our heart. The one thing that I want to say before I close, and I want to go into prayer, is that over the last year and a half of not being able to be at this building, there's been so many times where songs come in, or moments of the church and the choir over the last, I've been here since 2005, so not too long, like some of you. And I tell you, I can be transported back to that feeling in a flash. Any of the concerts that we have, all the speakers we've had, anything. And I go back to my life and look at those pivotal moments of just feeling it, smelling it like it was yesterday. We have such access through our smell, through our memory. I mean, it is incredible, this machine. The body, oh my God, it is like we don't even really use this thing to its near capacity. I mean, we know that we have more neurons around the heart than the brain, right? So if we think about, if Rev's really wanting us to embrace this month of compassion, we can never know what someone else is experiencing. We don't. We really don't. Even with the English language, and if they can communicate with us. So how can we this season, just because we want to be in the present moment, how can we look within to notice the energy that we're running, right? Because when someone says something's going on with them, do we feel bad for them? Then that's what we're sending them. We're sending them that energy of feeling bad for them. That's why when you share something with someone, you want them to trust. I didn't tell many people that I was in a car accident because I wanted to make sure that whoever knew that of me knew that I'm whole and complete, I'm healed, I'm good. That's what I'm talking about, that discernment of trust. And you're my family, so I know you can hold it. But it's that same idea of whatever we attract. So scan your life right now. Are there people, are there experiences, are there thoughts, are there behaviors? The best thing that I did for myself is say to myself, Lita, the only person that's ever held you back and the only reason you don't have anything that you want right now is yourself. And that's beautiful, that acceptance. When we teach compassion, that acronym RAIN, have you guys heard about RAIN? So it's recognize that someone is struggling and is in need. Allow, right? So allow just the process to unfold, because sometimes there's nothing to do, we're just allowing. And then investigate, inquire. We get to be really good at asking questions, get curious, so the person themselves can kind of tease out and distill what's real for them. And then nourish them on maybe the ways that you want to be nourished, but then jump to them and say, how do they want to be nourished? And you can even ask them with your words. When we can show up this week, today, this weekend, throughout this month, with a new set of discernment and a new set of ability with our hearts, but it comes from that you being nourished, you being connected first, we have so much to give. And with compassion fatigue, that doesn't exist here because we're not on that victim, villain, hero triangle, right? We know that. We've learned that one. But it's a reminder for those that haven't practiced that quickly jump to that old paradigm of, oh no, they're a victim. It's like, oh, sip your power back, sip the remembering at any moment, and then you move forward, right? So anytime we're wanting to look at ourselves, I think of Route 66, let things come in, let it integrate, and then spirit will physically move you, right? There's no doing. Doing is when you're going through life and like, yes, I'll go to that party, or yes, I'll say yes to that work thing. Gravity's a one-way direction of chi. It's a strong force, right? So, this is a little bit harder. So it's so much easier to be here and have spirit physically be moving you towards whatever you're actually called to. It is just a beautiful place. It really is. So I hope that my intention today was to show up and just be real, whatever's coming up for me. And maybe it landed, maybe it didn't, but I will say that I come here with complete reverence and heart, knowing that I'm here to serve and that invite you to dig deep and figure out how to be more compassionate and remind each other. Maybe they're a little down the road, and what tells us that we can help someone is that we might just be a little bit further up. And spend the time to get to know yourself now. You might have gotten to know yourself last summer. Get to know yourself now, and change up the foods, change up the music, change up the movies, change up the reading. You never know your relationship until you change it with something, right? Or take a break from something. And it is such a gift to know that we are here for resilience. We are so resilient. And we're here to just be with people and all that is. And if you're feeling moved to do something, then you do it. But otherwise, the best gift, as we know, as cheesy it may be, is our presence. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Love you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so should we pray? Let's just take a collective deep breath in our nose and out the mouth. God, I'm grateful. Know in this moment that God is blessing us, each one of us, blessing our hearts, and just reminding us the truth, the capital T truth, that all is truly well. And knowing in this moment that there's a struggle going on, there is a perceivement of people feeling alone. There are some hard times that people are having, and that's okay. I know that people are making the best choices that we can, and I just say, we see you. Let us hold them. Let us listen to them. Let us create the spaces for them to move through anything that they need to move through. This is a very special time in the seasons where this is the letting go. This is the time that we honor the people that we have lost. It's the spirit of coming together and giving. And I can feel that energy, the spirit of the season that allows us to really just wanting to connect with the people in our communities and our families and our loved ones. And I want you to know that when you are compassionate, it builds your immune system. They've studied that. When you practice compassion, the neuroplasticity that's happening in the brain to activate all the centers to light up allows you to just feel that connection to every single person on the planet. So we just take a breath in, we breathe in life, we breathe in spirit to these bodies, and we just know that we celebrate you, God, we celebrate our consciousness, we celebrate these bodies that we're given to move through this beautiful life. We just say thank you. We say thank you for a second chance. We say thank you for the chance to wake up and put compassion into action as we are active participants, loving up on people. And I say yes. Say yes to yourself for loving the parts of you that need it most. The parts that you feel disconnected with, I want you to love those parts more. Leave no cell behind. I want you to radically forgive. I want you to wake up to the food and the drinks and the thoughts and the people that you are in relationship with. Change it up for your good. And when you feel off, you can recalibrate in any moment. You got this. You sit back and distill exactly what you need in this moment, because we know that, God, you got our back, that you're an operating system running through us for our good, and we just say yes. So we say yes to you, God. We say yes to this body, this consciousness, our hearts. We thank you for this capacity to give and receive love. So I know in this moment that I say thank you to Inner Light. I say thank you to Rev D. I say thank you to Donna. I say thank you to Sarah and all the band and all the ushers and the people that have made this service possible in this community. And for anyone listening, I am a testimony to remind you that you got this. And I got you. And we got this thing together. So we just say, thank you, God. And we get out of our own way and we just allow this day to unfold. And we just say, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Thank you. Thank you.
How about a little this joy? We'll ease you into it. It's okay. We know you're all in a trance. You know, I would love some help from anyone who knows this song and wants to sing. I know we don't have a choir up here and we don't have congregational singers, but I know that y'all out there know this. And if you don't, just look at the one next to you, but let's do this together, okay? All right, 1, 2, and C. 1, 2, 3. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world didn't take it away. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me.
Didn't give it to me.
Yes. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Thank you.
I want to let's just give some more love to Dr. Lita, because that was just really amazing, healing. We're blessed by your presence. And of course, to our band, and everybody. And to all y'all for showing up this morning. It's cold. I could have stayed in bed. And for everybody who's joined us online, we feel you. We know you're there. I know you're watching because I check in. So I see all the little numbers, and I get to have a little conversation with our people who are online so that we're all still connected because we're all this big one family, whatever I'm trying to say. So what I'd like to do right now, if you wouldn't mind, is I'd like to do our affirmations. So everybody who's here in the building should have a spotlight, and on the back is our month of affirmations. And for those of you who are watching us live stream, you should be able to see the affirmations on your screen. So today is December 5th. Our theme this month, as we know, is compassion, and today's topic is compassion demands action. So you're welcome to say these along with me. Please join in at home. I know sometimes I used to cut them out and put them on my fridge or my bathroom mirror or even in my journal and just keep repeating them throughout the month. They're really powerful. Compassion demands action beyond personal fulfillment. Compassion calls me into deeper love. I am compelled to be proactive, not merely reactive. I am moved to do my part in bringing forth the beloved community, one person at a time. I give thanks for all of the support that I have received along the way. I graciously share my bounty of resource and experience. I reseed for others the nurturance and opportunities that have blessed me. I live my intent to be fully present and mutually supportive. I am balanced in my giving and receiving. Love flows through me effortlessly and easily. So it is. I have I'd like to share with you some opportunities for everybody to be able to come together and be in community coming up this month. It's pretty, we've got a big December. At least it feels big after the last couple of Decembers of not a lot of stuff. And before we get to that, I'm also very excited to announce that in our Conscious Giving opportunities, as well as text to give, as well as using our online recurring donation button, we're now on Venmo. So you can Venmo us at Inner Light Ministries. Coming up on December 10th, we have our holiday party. And I know that I've been announcing that DJ Taj is going to be our DJ, and he won't be able to join us. However, we are going to be blessed to have DJ Kim Clark with us, one of our family, and Taj's family too. But Kim Clark will be our DJ, and it's going to be on December 10th from 7 to 9. It'll be a potluck. Please bring a dish to share. Our candlelight caroling service will be December 24th from 7 to 8 p.m. We will be meeting outside. Thank you. We'll be meeting outside, I think in front of the sanctuary from 7 to 8 on December 24th. And we will also be experiencing the New Year's Eve burning bowl. So with this experience, and this is really a beautiful ceremony, you get to release what you need to release from the past year. So that could be a lot. It could be a bonfire. I don't know. But it's an experience for everybody to come, release what you need to release from 2021, and then set intention in that space that you've now created by what you've released. You can set your intention for what it is that you want to bring in the new year and how you want to be in the world. So that will happen on December 31st. It starts at 4 p.m. The burning bowl will end at 7:30. You can drop in anytime during those hours, and there are practitioners here who will guide you through the ceremony, and you can make it your own. And I got a couple of save the dates. Our final in-person Sunday morning gatherings are going to be the 5th and the 19th of December, and then January 2nd, 16th, and 30th. I want to point out that on January 30th, that will be our last in-person meeting here in this sanctuary. So it will be a celebration. It will be a closing ceremony for the sanctuary, and I really invite everybody to come who has had so many decades of experience in this space, in this beautiful sanctuary, so that we can lovingly close it. And on January 29th, Saturday, starting at 3 p.m., both live here in the sanctuary and via Zoom, we're going to be having our closing concert, our Moving Up and Out concert celebration. We will be enjoying music from Karen Drucker, Jamie Lula, and Gary Lynn Floyd. So lots of opportunities to be together. Thank you for being here with us today, and I'm giving it back to Etienne.
And I'm passing it to Sarah. Also, I'd also like to thank Eli Mabanza for joining us as well. I almost said Dr. Eli Mabanza, I don't know why. Because he really is a doctor and a wizard of music, and of course it's great to have him joining us as well. So, and thank you again, Sarah.
My pleasure. And let's hear for the house band.
In the house,
So
Steve
good.
Sofranco, Kevin Denoto.
Etienne.
France.
France. Oh, thank you, Dr. Lita. Thank you so much. And this song that I want to offer up to close us out is really about coming home to ourselves and loving us first, and loving our lives first, and then going out and being the light that can shine and be, the light for others through compassion and through our joy. And I wrote this song one day on the beach. It came through like all in one. And it is really inspired by Abraham Hicks and that work, which is, again, about getting into alignment with ourselves and our own joy and feeling good. So I hope this song makes you feel good, because it makes me feel good to sing it. And it will be on my upcoming debut album, which is almost done, and I will soon be announcing the release date of that. So stay tuned if you'd like to be able to take my music home with you. It's coming soon.
It's a great day to be me. Nowhere else I'd rather be than right here inside my own body. Oh, it's a great day to play. Every day's a chance to say, hallelujah, I'm alive. I'm alive. Gonna have some fun each day. Gonna make sure I remember to play every single day. Every single day, because joy, joy, joy is who I am, and I am love, love, love. I am pulling it down from above, and I am soaking it up through my feet, and I'm letting it grow in me. Then I send it out, I send it out high. I'm an amplifier of goodness. No, I'm an amplifier of good, 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 good. I'm an amplifier of goodness. I'm an amplifier of good, good, good. I'm an amplifier of good, good, juicy goodness. Yum, 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 this life is so sweet. And I just love being me. I just love being me. I just love loving me. Sun hits my skin, I soak it in, and I feel it burning. I feel my fire burning in me. It's a drive to live this life in total alignment with that which makes me feel so, so good, so, so good. I just want to feel good all the time. I knew I would if I just start to sing this song. Oh, sing along with me. Sing, I feel good and free. Sing, I feel good and free. I feel good and free. I love being me. Yeah, I love being me. Oh, nowhere else I'd rather be than right here, right inside this very body. No. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ay, 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 da, 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 da. Oh, this life, it is so juicy, sweet. It is just made for me by my design. Yes, I make my life with what I think about, and what I do, and what I say, and what I believe, and how I pray. Yes, I'm making my life by design each day. And I make my life so fun because I want to feel good all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. I just want you, I just want you, I just want you to feel this so, so good, good too. No. Cause joy, joy, joy is who I am, and I am love, love, love. I am pouring it down from above, and I am soaking it up through my feet, and I'm letting it grow in me. Then I send it out, I send it out high. I'm an amplifier of goodness. I'm an amplifier of good, 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 good. I'm an amplifier of goodness. I'm an amplifier of good, good, good. Joy, joy, joy is who I am, and I am love, love, love. I am. Joy, joy, joy is who I am, and I am love, love, love. I am. Sing it with me. Joy, joy, joy is who I am, and I am love, love, love. I am. Joy, joy, joy is who I am, and I am love, love, love. I am. Joy, joy, joy is who I am,
Thank you. So happy to be in person with you all. Thank you so much for having me and us. Thank you to the band. Thank you to Ellie for coming.
All right, let's take this consciousness and multiply it.
Everyone stopped. That was supposed to be off mic, but since everyone stopped to listen, I just said, Dr. Lita, I want my journal back, or my diary, whatever it is. I know she's got it over there somewhere. Anyway, I don't know if you all felt the same way, right? It's like, how did you know that's like what I'm going through today or this week or whatever? Anyway, you're magic, Dr. Lita, and we love you so much. Thank you for blessing us. Yeah, and let's take this consciousness and multiply it. Let's do that, all right? Let's spread it. Let's spread that compassion and joy through the world. Love you all. Man, y'all are standing. Let's make some music. Everyone's like feeling so expectant. Joy, joy, joy.